My Nani and Nanaji immigrated to Canada in 1966. My Nanaji wanted to make something of himself, and he felt as though Canada would be a good place to do that. He was 26 years old and Nani was 19. 1 year after immigrating, they gave birth to their first daughter, Nida. 3 more daughters followed over the next 12 years, who they named Sarita, Vinita, and Renu. My Ammaji and Babaji came to Canada in 1968 following Babaji's oldest brother, who had gotten married in Canada. They were both 28 years old and brought along their 2 sons, 6-year-old Kulwant and 4-year-old Roman. Nida and Roman met in Vancouver in 1987. 8 years later, they got married and had their first baby in 1998. They named her Varsha.
Varsha.
My name means rain. Have you ever felt completely at home in the country you live in and yet not been able to speak to your family in their mother tongue? Have you ever felt like part of your identity is lost when you leave the country that your grandparents call home? Have you ever wondered how it feels to simultaneously feel so familiar with and yet so estranged from your ancestral land? My self-portrait begins as the daughter and granddaughter of Indian immigrants. But my life is very different from that of my immigrant relatives. I live in an age where I most often do not feel reduced for my skin color and culture. Unlike my grandparents, I do not need to prove my humanity every day in a new and unfamiliar country. Unlike my parents as they were growing up, I generally feel proud of my diversity. I see people who look like me in many of the places I go. Sometimes I even see them in the media. My grandparents and parents have labored for acceptance, prosperity, and respect in this country. As a result, I can feel at ease here. However, there lives a yearning in me for the country which my life has been absent from. कभी मैं सोचती हूँ, क्या मैं कभी अच्छी हिंदी या पंजाबी बोल पाऊंगी? It is not lost on me that Indian culture is not actively reproduced in most of my daily interactions. My grandparents have retained our customs, language, religion, cultural practices, food, dress, and knowledge from India over 50 years after coming to Canada. कभी मैं सोचती हूँ अगर मैं Canadian culture में मिल जाऊंगी तो यह सब भूल जाऊंगी. Here and there, I'll be running in the forest and Hindi music will start playing through my headphones. कभी मैं सोचती हूँ मैं अपने Canadian दोस्तों को समझा पाऊंगी कि ये गाने मुझे कहाँ तक पहुँच आते हैं. My parents and their siblings married Indian spouses and had Indo-Canadian children. कभी मैं सोचती हूँ अपने बच्चों को सिखा सकूंगी उनकी ancestry और जो यहाँ पर उनसे पहले आए हैं. I went to India to experience the sights, smells, tastes, sounds, and feelings of my Indian culture. कभी मैं सोचती हूँ क्या होगा अगर हमारी पहचान खो जाएगी. At meals, my fingers knew the way of making roti spoons and my lips the way of slurping scalding hot chai. कभी मैं सोचती हूँ क्या मैं अपने नानी और नाना जी की तरह खाना बना पाऊंगी? On the street, I was perceived as Indian until I spoke. कभी मैं सोचती हूँ क्या मैं हिंदुस्तानी हूँ? I knew my place as a woman in social settings and acted in accordance. कभी मैं सोचती हूँ क्या मुझे हिंदुस्तानी कहलाना पसंद है? I studied people and places and let my senses bring a world from my memory to life, right in front of me. कभी मैं सोचती हूँ क्या कभी मैं थोड़ा सा भी इंडिया के बारे में जान पाऊंगी? I studied Hindi and forced my shame to subside, letting the rich sounds of the language I already understood so much of take shape on my tongue. कभी मैं सोचती हूँ क्या कभी अपने परिवार के साथ में हिंदी बोल पाऊंगी? Near the end of my trip, I walked around the village my father was born in and followed an onlooker's gaze to see myself from the outside. 51 years ago, people in this village wondered what would happen to my family when they left for Canada. It then dawned on me. I am what happened. I am the living, breathing life of a story of immigration, a child of two cultures, an Indo-Canadian. I came home from India with hundreds of lessons about my roots and my responsibility. A Hindustani Canadian. I carry this identity with gratitude, with insecurity. An Indo-Canadian. I now trust that it is this tension and the work it requires that will ensure my culture lives on in me. An Indo-Canadian. A Hindustani Canadian.